People in the Maui, Hawaii crisis need all of our support. If you would like to help, please donate to one of the relief funds. Lahaina, Hawaii. This seaside town is a scene of charred devastation. Block after block of blackened wreckage and ash. Many of the homes and apartments, restaurants and bars, surf shops and art galleries that populated this historic Hawaiian community have burned down to their foundations. Hulks of blackened cars are visible throughout the town. Gas stations and propane tanks exploded and boats caught fire in the harbor over the course of hours as the town burned, according to residents who escaped the flames. The raging inferno sent toxic fumes and material spewing throughout the town and into the sea, and whenever the next big storm hits, it will flush even more contamination into local waters. In and around Lahaina, there is still a strong smell of smoldering debris and chemicals in the air. Some of it comes from the abandoned vans and cars, their wheels melted in puddles in the streets, as well as piles of twisted corrugated metal, scores of burned-out washing machines and melted weightlifting sets. Even as the fire retreats, danger remains for Maui residents as they return to the charred wreckage of their neighborhoods. The fire killed more than 100 people as it raged last week. Helping families recover and continuing to identify victims is the immediate priority. But the toxic soot left after an urban conflagration is its own disaster upon a disaster, one that can linger long after the flames themselves have died. We are going from one natural disaster to the next, Nusha Ajami, a water expert at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, said of the post-fire contamination. When fire consumes a community, it burns indiscriminately through products people need for everyday life: automobiles, home insulation, paint cans, plastics and pressure-treated wood. The devastating fires in Hawaii, where at least 100 people have now died after a conflagration that engulfed the historic town of Lahaina, were worsened by a number of factors including the climate crisis, scientists have said. Rising global temperatures and drought have helped turn parts of Hawaii into a tinderbox ahead of one of the deadliest fires in modern U.S. history, with these conditions worsened by strong winds from a nearby cyclone. Catherine Hayhoe, the chief scientist at the Nature Conservancy, said that global heating is causing vegetation to dry out, priming it as fuel for an outbreak of fire. Climate change doesn't usually start the fires, but it intensifies them, increasing the area they burn and making them much more dangerous, Hayhoe tweeted. Nearly a fifth of Maui, the Hawaiian island where the fires have occurred, is in severe drought, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor. The island has experienced other serious fires in recent years, with blazes in 2018 and 2021 razing hundreds of homes and causing the evacuation of thousands of residents and tourists. Experts say that wildfires in Hawaii are now burning through 4 times the amount of area than in previous decades, in part due to the proliferation of more flammable non-native grasses but also rising global temperatures. We can say there are conditions that are consistent with wildfire size, and expansion that are changing as climate changes, Erica Fleischman, a climate scientist at Oregon State University, told CNN. And some of the things that we're seeing with this wildfire in Maui are consistent with some of the trends that are known and projected as climate changes. Hawaii is experiencing increasingly dry conditions, with scientists calculating that 90% of the state is getting less rainfall than it did a century ago, with the period since 2008 particularly dry. The growing susceptibility of Hawaii to major fires was highlighted by a 2015 study that found that rainfall has been 31% lower in the wet season since 1990, in selected monitoring sites on the islands. The state, known for its volcanoes and lush forests, is in parts drying out as global heating continues to escalate. The flames that tore through Lahaina, meanwhile, were fanned by winds from the passing Hurricane Dora, and the climate crisis is causing an overall increase in strong cyclones in the Central Pacific. The influence of the cyclone upon the fires surprised scientists, given that Dora was churning around 500 miles away from Maui. Hurricane Dora is very far away from Hawaii, but you still have this fire occurrence here, said Pao-Shin Chu, Hawaii state climatologist. So this is something we didn't expect to see. Those concerned about the climate crisis, meanwhile, called for further efforts to combat global heating from Joe Biden, who has declared a federal disaster in Hawaii. We need to take action immediately or else it will get even worse, said Jeff Merkley, a Democratic senator. The extreme wildfires in Lahaina, in this summer of climate disasters, are yet more proof that we are in a climate emergency and this crisis is killing us, said Connie Ela, a climate activist and indigenous leader in Hawaii. Thank you again for joining us for another video. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe and comment down below and let us know what you would like to hear in the near future. See you all again soon.